bounces up and down on his heels just a few yards away from us, much to the delight of this massive South American contingent gathered near us. This is a big ask for Buatsi tonight, David, against a star double world champion.
Yeah, but stranger things have happened at sea, so we'll be giving it us all. Anything can happen in boxing. Looking forward to seeing Cruz after what you've just told me, but Buatsi has got everything to gain.
Well,
in this contest.
What a scalp it would be. And with Sepp in the next round, a semi-final door would be staring you in the face. So it's a massive dangling carrot for both of these fighters, but particularly what a scalp it would be for Buatsi.
No holding. Okay, shake hands. Good luck.
Cruz, in racing parlance, is champing at the bit. A big smile when he went back to his corner. He cannot wait to get his World Championship tournament underway.
One of the lights have gone out in the blue corner there. It's gone a bit dark in the corner.
Yes, it's almost become like a nighttime bout outdoors.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to impinge upon the action or the viewing for the spectators. It might slightly be affecting your pictures back home. Hopefully not.
Buatsi letting Cruz know he's here to fight. He's not here to mess around. He got him straight in the corner and unleashed the tirade of punches.
Exactly the right sort of attitude.
Good positive start by Buatsi.
Cruz on the back foot, a couple of sharp counter punches.
Good jab from Buatsi.
Cruz has got that style where he's relying on his speed and his reactions. The arms and the gloves are particularly low.
Good work from Buatsi.
Well, he missed with a few, but he landed with a couple too.
Yeah, he's showing no respect to the Cuban, which is great to see. Cruz, like most Cubans, happy to be on the retreat and looking for the counter. He's going to dart in and try and get back out, just like he has then.
He's fast and he's slick.
Yeah, he is slick. You can see that. His little counters he's just dropping in on Buatsi.
Final minute of the first round. There haven't been a bundle of scoring punches, in truth.
Well, a few nice jabs have gone through from Cruz in the last 15 seconds or so there. But Buatsi has taken the initiative and got on the front foot.
Break. One step back. Box.
Inside the final 30 seconds, Buatsi on a bit of a roll after that silver medal at the European Championships, but he was subjected to a few from Cruz there.
That was a lovely bit of work from Cruz. Excellent bit of skill.
Well, Cruz has just picked him off in this last minute. Good end to the round for Cruz. Right approach and attitude from Buatsi. It's chasing a bit of a shadow as the Cuban fans are on their feet. They haven't seen the scorecards yet. They're doing the Mexican wave. Cruz, perhaps unsurprisingly, sweeping the boards in that first round. You see some of the action. Buatsi applying the pressure. And the Cruz skipping out of danger, tying up when he had to. Rugged approach from Buatsi. Is that the right tactics?
Yeah, he has got something a little bit special in front of him in the Cruz, who's literally just floating around the outside of the ring, and then he decides to dart in and score his shots, get out of range and get back to floating around. And it's difficult for Buatsi to pin him down, so he's just going to have to try and rough him up and do anything he can to get his shots on target. The Cruz has won the first round and this round without really doing much as far as punches are concerned. He's moving well and it looks pretty, but he doesn't throw many. But the ones he does throw, he tends to be on the button, and he doesn't waste much.
No, he's a very, very talented boxer, no doubt about that. His record tells that. He's a beautiful mover.
Oh, what a shot!
He didn't move out of the way of that one. And the bout turned on his head by a big left hand from Joshua Buatsi.
Let's hope he can capitalise on that. The low-handed style of Cruz didn't do many favours then. And it was a good shot. He wasn't off balance or not, and it was a clean left hook.
Well, well, well. A minute and a half to go. They've sorted the light problem above the ring. Has Cruz sorted the issue with his coordination in his hands?
So Buatsi is right back in this contest with that knockdown. He's got everything in front of him now. He's got it all to do. It's all there for him to take it.
Well, I was just about to say, as much as Cruz is a gorgeous mover and a very, very skillful boxer, it is sort of a bit like pinching rounds from 20 years ago, really. Yeah,
it is, yeah. And I don't think the Cubans have changed much from that era, whereas a lot of other people have, as we were speaking about the body shots that have been getting brought into play. The Cubans have kept the back foot, stylistic boxing, the flair, and they're still winning bouts with that style. But Buatsi has just changed things then, and it means Cruz is going to have to do a little bit more than he was already doing.
And he's throwing with Cruz when Cruz is throwing those rare punches. Back on equilibrium, the Cuban now. Oh, lovely right hand shot.
Nearly even the score there because he staggered Buatsi with that.
And Buatsi comes back with his own left hook. Be intriguing to see how that one plays out on the scorecards. In the sort of normal circumstances, you'd say a 10-8, but if Cruz was winning the round anyway, well... And Cruz came back with a couple of shots at the end of it as well. Obviously, it was relating to sort of pro scoring with a knockdown, but there you are, there you see. Despite that big punch at the end of his left hook, sort of a flash knockdown at a moment of high drama. And I guess that shows you as well for, what a punch, what a moment for Joshua Buatsi. Shows you why you should always throw more than just a single shot. There's perfect evidence. Even if you miss by 2 or 3, you never know.
Oh, yeah. Especially against someone like Cruz. Good jab there, Buatsi.
So Cruz winning the second round, but the knockdown to be factored into that in the final analysis. So,
okay, yeah, so still there for Buatsi.
strong finish, another big punch, who knows? So sharp, the Cruz, those counter punches.
Yeah, very smooth boxer. Everything's just seamless. Transitions from one move into the other without any hint that he's going to change direction.
Buatsi backs off, beckons him to come into centre ring. Just over a minute to go.
Buatsi getting a little bit frustrated then, just holding his feet in centre ring, as if to say to the Cruz, come and exchange instead of running away. But it's tactics at the end of the day, and that's what wins your fights, not standing and brawling.
And as David said, in the final analysis, no one will talk about how you got to the final and how you won your medal. It's what it says in the record books. When, date, and what, not how. And as it stands, this talented Cuban is dancing his way to victory.
No holding. Stop! Stop! Right, stop! Right, no holding. No holding. Box!
Closing seconds, good jab. Left hand up from the Cruz. Buatsi closed the gap briefly in the second round. Just could not do it in the third. And he did go to have a genial word with the Cruz, who I think is too wrapped up in his own world and his own self to bother to acknowledge him. I suspect his ego was dented briefly by that knockdown. But he takes the adulation of the fans. Says thank you to them. Here we see some of his cameos from the final 3 minutes.
The winner in Ring B by way of points in the blue corner,
It's another Cuban victory. It's another quarter-final in a World Championship for the talented Cuban Julio Cruz. A good effort from Joshua Buatsi. He will go down as a man who put the Cuban on the seat of his pants.
Yeah, carry that with him for the rest of his days, but a great learning experience as well for Buatsi. Going forward into more bigger tournaments. He's just held his own with a two-time world champion.
There you see some of the shots. Look at that. Sharp counters. It was a sort of classy point-scoring performance, wasn't it, from the Cruz?
Yeah, it's like the old computer scoring days there. A single shot scoring the points. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares as the tournament goes on. He's obviously going to be the favourite to win the gold medal, and like we have said numerous times today, it's the results that are counting and not how you look and how entertaining it is for the fans, and he can get the results.
Well, that'll be one of the shots of the day from Joshua Buatsi, even although it wasn't